Hey there guys, what's going on? We do have the patch notes for the newest season update in Modern Warfare with the Season 4 Reloaded update apparently. It does look very, very cool. We got a lot of stuff to cover here. We've got weapon balancing, we got new weapons, we got a new map, we got 200 player Battle Royale mode. It's very, very cool. Lots of stuff to cover, and we're going to take a look at in this patch notes. We have loads of weapon balancing. They were promising weapon balancing. We got to get Grau nerfs and MP5 nerfs, but we have loads of stuff to cover here. Just before we do get into our patch notes here, let's try and get this one to 25 likes. I know you guys do like the patch notes videos as early as possible because we can get them out pretty quick once they do drop. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any more of the new videos and the upcoming content with this Season 4 mid-season update. Let's go. Alright, just by looking at the poster here, we've got the Rytec AMR, which is the new sniper rifle, the 200 player battle royale, the new multiplayer map, a new operator, which is this lovely lady here, bunch of other stuff, triple feed XP, which is pretty cool, just loads of stuff to talk about, new game modes, everything. Alright, so jumping into it here with the what's new stuff. Verdansk will now be able to hold 200 players. That was very, very cool. I was considering that they might end up adding like 5 players, but we've gone with 200 players instead, so 50 teams of 4 is very, very exciting. The supply run contracts, upon activation, you and your squad, if applicable, will be directed to a nearby buy station. Reach it within the time limit to get a discount on purchases. Pretty cool. We have a new item in Warzone as well with the spotter scope. Think of this as a high-powered scope without the glint. This reusable scope allows you to scan the environment around you and mark nearby enemies without being detected. Perfect for scouting ahead. The spotter scope is a great tool for operators who want to plan their next move. Basically, this is a sniper scope without the glint, so then you can hit that shot. Makes it very, very cool to be able to pick people off, be able to see people. Very, very cool. We got the data pack download stuff. It's going to be between 22 and 36 gigabytes for the owners of the full game, and then you got to download like that 3.5 gigabyte patch if you just want to play that multiplayer stuff. Very, very interesting stuff there. Nothing super interesting though with the download pack. The Modern Warfare game modes, we've got Ground War, Blueprint, Gunfight, Team Defender, Cheshire Park 24/7, Shoot the Ship 24/7, always good to see that come back. Gunfight tournaments, Realism Mosh Pit in the quick play filter, Modified Special Operations, we don't care about that too much. Warzone, we have new Gulag weapons, semi-auto rifle snipers along with one just fists and a throwing knife loadout. That's hilarious. Imagine getting that, just like King hit each other. Beautiful. BR Quads 200, BR Trios, BR Duos, BR Solos, Plunder and Blood Money. General fixes, we got loads of bug fixes and stuff like that. Important for me. Improved stability for PC players is always important. Let me just go through this quickly. Long shots now display the distance in the point feed is kind of cool. That tells you how long those long shots are going to be. Added the Carly sticks in, nothing super important there. Fix for Kruger's eyes coming out of his character model while performing the blast off execution. That's horrifying. Do we get the fix for Captain Price's eyes? No, nothing super important there. Fix for an issue where players could modify weapons with attachments from other weapons you while using a mouse. That's dumb. Again, nothing super important that we noticed there. In Warzone, got a bunch of different fixes for other things. Gas mask now cracks when you're taking damage near or in the circle. Nothing super important with the bug fixes there. Audio for the supply stop is just too loud. That's not surprising. They're always too loud. Now allow up to 3 precision airstrikes to be called in at once, but within a distance restriction. Interesting. So all the boys can just spam those precision airstrikes. Alrighty, this is the big one. This is going to take me a long time. So we got weapon balancing. The M4 will perform an AR magazine reload when attempting to reload the underbarrel launcher while you have the 50 round magazine attached. This has been fixed. Interesting. Didn't know that was a bug that needed to be fixed. Stopping power is now applied to headshots. Only certain weapons can go from a 2-shot to a 1-shot headshot like the FAL and the Odin. This fixes a few cases where headshots could sometimes do less damage than body shots when using stopping power. That's interesting. Always important to look at. Stopping power being applied to headshots is very, very powerful. Turns a lot of weapons into a 2-shot kill from my knowledge. Start ammo and max ammo adjustments. This is kind of interesting. Increase max ammo on the MP5 SOCOM round. So those are the 10 round mags. They're not increasing the 10 round mags or anything like that. They're just meaning that you have more ammo to sort of reload. Instead of having like 3 bonus clips, you'll have like 5 or something like that. Increase max ammo and starting ammo for the CR56 AMAX M67 rounds, which is the 10 round mags again. SKS 10 round mags, the Striker 45 hollow point, which is the 2 round burst. Scar default mags, which is kind of interesting. The Odin default mags, so they're only like 20-25 shots by default. And the increased starting ammo for the Scar 25 round mags and the Odin 25 round mags. Again, just more ammo on top. As for the AX50, we do have an increased damage range, which is pretty interesting here. So just being able to get those shots from a little bit further away. The HDR does have a guaranteed one-hit kill to lower torso at any range. That'll make it a lot easier to get those one-shot kills with the HDR. That's actually a very, very interesting change. Like, that might even make the HDR over the AX50 now, just because getting those one-shot kills, sometimes you get those leg shots and or the torso shots, like, you do hit those lower body shots sometimes, and that will count as a kill now, which is very interesting. We do have an increased ADS speed to the Kar 98K, as well as a small decrease to the hip spread and increased damage range. Always good to see some Kar 98K love. Love these weapons. The MK2 carbine has also received some buffs with the faster movement speed, the increased damage range as well, very important to get those extra little bullets going down those range very, very quickly. The Dragunov now has increased aim down sight speed, a 2-hit kill minimum, gun recoil returns to the center more, and a faster rate of fire. So the Dragunov might now be seeing some better stats with there. For the FAL, we've added a close range damage shelf with 1-hit headshot potential, so you can get a one-shot kill with the FAL now sometimes if you are lucky. Increase the ADS speed on the AK-47 is always very, very good. We have received a CR56 AMAX nerf with the decreased damage range to that, which is very, very interesting. That probably needed to happen. It's just one of those weapons that was probably too powerful. Like, being able to get a 3-shot kill out to about 40-45 meters or so is pretty wild. This is some big, big changes here. The MP5 decreased damage range, devastating. Decreased damage range for the 10mm ammo as well. Reduced long range damage to the 10mm ammo and a slight recoil increase to that 10mm ammo. That might see just the 45 round mags be the stock magazine size now. Basically, just getting those 45 round mags, being able to get those like close range kills, get that increased fire rate over the 10mm. But the MP5 has definitely received a significant nerf here, which is a bit of a shame, but I mean, it did have to be brought back into line compared to some of those other weapons. And the Grau 5.56, this was a long awaited and much hotly debated topic whether it was going to get nerfed or not. Damage range reduction, which is very important, slight increase to the high recoil frequency and reduced recoil compensation and decreased range on Tempest 26.4 inch Archangel and the FSS 20.8 inch Nexus barrel. So the Grau 5.56 cops a big nerf here with that range reduction, that increase to the recoil control, and decreasing the ability of the two barrels that are super powerful to reduce our stats. Like, just a very, very big nerf here. These two weapons, or these two attachments rather, are very, very important to the Grau 5.56. They make it the weapon that it is. Fantastic. No recoil, just getting those shots down range is very, very important. So here we have more changes as well. Shotgun slugs, increased projectile velocity, reduced aim down sight speed, added dynamic hip spread, increased damage ranges, and increased lower torso damage. That's not the problem with the shotgun slugs. People don't have a problem with the damage they deal. Basically, the problem with the shotgun slugs is that they are inaccurate. You'll fire your shot and you expect it to go exactly where you aim, but it'll like sometimes come out sideways and like float off to the right or float off to the left and not hit exactly where you want it to. So this is not actually going to mean people are just like all over the shotgun slugs now. They're probably still going to be worse than regular shots, but I mean, what can you do? Also, this is a very, very important attachment change as well with the no stock attachment, the increased weapon recoil control now, and decreased aim down sights aiming steadiness, which is not super important, but the increased weapon recoil is very, very important here. The current meta at the moment before this patch was basically to just run an assault rifle with the no stock attachment and just be able to sprint around the map. Basically, you have an SMG with assault rifle damage, very, very powerful. So now these weapon balancing changes will no longer allow you to do this. I mean, it'll be a little bit more difficult, but you might actually see some different attachments getting used rather than just like the no stock. You might see the close quarters stock option are used a lot more just because that aim down sight speed, get those sights up still nice and quickly, whereas we don't really need the movement speed too much sometimes. And then we have a bunch of changes to the special operations here, which we're not super concerned about, but we are very concerned about these huge list of balance changes. Very, very important stuff here. And we do have a lot of different weapons to cover, so we're going to have a lot of videos to make here. I'm going to have to write down all of these and get a lot of these videos pushed out as soon as possible. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you do want to stay up to date with all of the class setups that we're going to have to redo for a lot of these weapons, because there are some big, big changes here, like the Kar 98K, the MK2 carbine, maybe even the Dragunov might see some love, the FAL, the AK-47, the CR56 AMAX, the MP5, the Grau 5.56, the shotgun slugs, and the no stock attachment. We're going to have to do a lot of different class setups here, so make sure you are subscribed if you don't want to miss any of that. And basically, yeah, that's a very, very exciting patch notes. I am looking forward very much to trying out the Rytec AMR Sniper rifle. Should be very, very interesting. Basically an anti-material rifle, just going to blow pretty much everything up. Like, I'm expecting a lot of one-shot kills here, even to like like lower torso, maybe even limb kills, just a one-shot kill. Should be very, very interesting. And trying out that new map should be very cool too. Anyway, guys, the June 30th or the 29th or the 31st, depending on where you live, patch notes are very, very exciting. Make sure you do jump in there straight away. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you out there on the battlefield very, very soon. Bye!